Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Band Trading Cards, and we have um, a Polywog Q&A with Keven Madden. And for all the newcomers, for the new viewers here, Keven Madden is the creator of Polywog, a brand new TCG trading card game that combines elements of multiple other TCGs and features collectible creatures known as Polywogs. The Kickstarter ended on October 16, 2021, which was 6 days ago. And then it was funded with 165,920 US dollars by 576 awesome Kickstarter backers. That's 1,300% from the initial goal of 12,000 US dollars. So the community is growing. There are 226 followers on Instagram, and then 319 members on Discord and growing. I would like to introduce you to Keven Madden. Hi, Kevin. How are you?
Good. Hello, everybody. Thanks for stopping by and watching the live stream. How are you doing?
Yeah, good, good. We have a lot of subscribers, viewers right here. We have Silver Bells, William Flanagan, Tyler Jensen. Please be kind to each other. Nice.
I like that one.
Silver Bells, Jose Rosas, Derek Barnick. Whew. So we have a lot of viewers now, seven. So we're gonna. I want to ask you right now because I don't want to waste your time. Because the first question is, it says here, please tell us about the state of Polywog after the Kickstarter.
Okay, so far after the Kickstarter's ended, not too much has happened yet. I have given the artists their first lists of cards, and we've worked out our pricing agreements and everything like that. But I'm still waiting on funds to roll in because Kickstarter charges right away once it ends, but it takes up to 2 weeks for them to send the funds out. So as soon as that money comes in, the artists are ready to get started, and they have already got all the plans and everything ready to go there. I have reached out to the printing company again, also to look for different types of hollow effects. So we're going to try and uh, add some different things there, but that's still early in discussions. So everything's moving along.
Mm-hmm. So the team is ready for the like the artist and your whole team, right? It's ready.
Yep, we're ready to go.
All right. So for the new viewers, you can actually put your questions. Wait a minute. I guess yeah, there. You can put your questions on Discord. You can go to the weekly meeting channel, and also you can put your questions on the comments on YouTube. You can see on the screen right there, here, there. That's Discord, and you can see the icons of YouTube. Yeah, you can put all your questions there if you have one. Then we can ask Kevin more questions later. Okay, so I have prepared some questions on Google Forms that I submitted few days ago. Then I will read these ones, and these are from the Discord members and also the Kickstarter backers. So I will start with SRH201. Okay, and the question is, what are your thoughts on box stoppers? Potentially a limited pool of cards with full art, extra fancy art, and or foiling and or something else. One per box, of course. I think it would help draw attention to the game. Yes, it would add additional variants, but they wouldn't be considered necessary to complete the entire set of cards. It would essentially be a separate subset by itself, or however many different cards are in the box topper collection, 10 or 15. So basically, any thoughts on the box toppers?
I think like they could be a good idea, but I'm not currently doing them for this set. I just think that was a little too much because I've already got a lot going on with the decks, the promos, all these booster boxes I got to get going. There's already a lot going, so in the future I might look at them again. Uh, but for now, box toppers are kind of off the table. It's an interesting idea, but I think there's already enough collectability and stuff with the different rarities in the set that we don't need to add anything else just yet.
Hmm. Okay. So the next question is from KMAB. KMAB is how do you plan on creating short and long-term value for investors, particularly versus the popular TCG now, MZ?
Well, the game is gonna okay. I'm looking a lot at playability for the game because I mean collectability is important as well, but the game has to be able to progress and be playable to actually stay around in long term. Otherwise, if it's not around long term, the collectability falls off real quickly. So, uh, future sets are going to branch out. You're going to see new polywogs, new rarity types, new things like that. So, I'm trying my best to balance playability with collectability. That way, there's stuff there for everybody.
Hmm. Okay. So that's the answer. And number four is Okie dokie. As much support received from your Kickstarter supporters, would you ever consider doing merchandising and creating accessories such as dice and tokens in the near future? Maybe sleeves, something like that.
Yeah, I'm thinking about it already. I have begun looking at things. I don't want to go too fast right away because like I said, the Kickstarter just end, so I got to make sure I fulfill all these orders first before I get too crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But once the artwork is finished and I'm getting final prices from production, I am going to start looking into other things. I mean, dice and stuff are already going to be on the table because I plan on including them with the decks. But beyond that, we might see plushies in the future and things like that. I've already looked at a few places to make those, and as well as card sleeves and things like that. So it's
Okay.
a future's planned.
Mm-hmm. Okay, we have a question from the Discord here, from Tyler YT. He said that are there any plans to include cards that aren't mechanically unique but very limited? Example, 1 per 10 booster boxes in the first edition release.
Okay, so on that one, I see that's from Tyler YT there.
Yep.
Um, this first set, because we reached that one stretch goal, I do have an artist lined up. I've already talked to him. He's ready to work here. He's going to do some special alternate art cards. So they're not going to be mechanically unique or anything. There's going to be alternate art variants of some basic polywogs, but they're going to have there's four of them. Their arts are going to match up. So if you have all four cards, put them side by side, the art is going to be extended.
Mm-hmm.
So and they're going to be ultra rares. They're going to be hard to pull. So I mean that kind of fits in that category.
Okay. All right. So that's the answer for that, Tyler. Then Sean's stuff said, do polywogs speak human, or do they all have their own individual species language?
That is a good question, and I because if it ever becomes a show or anything, because there is a comic plan, the comic's going to be coming up, but they do not speak human language currently. Now there could be like bridges between that, sort of like you know how Pokemon does with Meowth or special types can. We could do something like that, but
Mm-hmm.
in general, they do not speak human.
All right. So yeah, that's the answer for that. And Kundo del Castillo, the artist.
Yes,
I
that is
love
our
his
main
work,
artist.
man. Yeah, Kundo, thanks for your skills, sharing for us. Okay, so he said, where did he get his first idea? Why these kinds of creatures? Will there be human characters?
Okay, so the first idea, like I said in a previous video, came from it was going to be a mobile game, but I live out in the country, so there's all kinds of frogs and stuff. I live in the middle of the woods, so I see frogs all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So they're just really cool animals. And the basic idea when I started it was I wanted a backstory for these creatures, so I needed a way to explain how they got their powers and mutated and stuff. And if you know, real world pollution does cause mutations in frogs. You can find five-legged frogs, two-headed frogs. So I
Yep.
thought it was a cool way to play and sort of base this from a reality standpoint, but then kind of diverge off into a really weird reality.
Uh-huh. And my question is, do you plan to add like equipments? You know, a little bit of swords or some lasers. I
Uh,
don't know.
Probably not too much,
Uh-huh.
but you never know.
Okay.
Like, but as for human characters and stuff, there's not going to be any like humans you can play as cards. That we're going to be using polywogs, but there's going to be humans that keep these things and train them and battle them and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So along that lines, there are humans, but they're not playable.
Oh, okay. All right. So we have a question from YouTube here. YouTube comments from Carter Mitchell. Curious about your plans for advertisement. Advertising is the crux of what will make or break your game, as shown by several of the recent failing games and the breakout hits.
Okay, so plans for advertisement. Right now, I'm not doing too much for that because, like I said, I was not planning on getting this much support. I did not even think I would get this far. But for this set, I'm good right now. I don't need to really advertise. I don't want to get too big too fast because I've already got a lot of stuff to do backing up Kickstarter orders. But as soon as we're past the Kickstarter orders and everything's fulfilled there,
Mm-hmm.
once the first set is ready to be printed and released, I am going to be working with a distributor to get that out. And then I'm going to be trying to get product out to influencers and stuff to make sure the word is spreading, and probably doing some Google ads and um, things like that.
Okay, that's nice. Then in the Google Forms, we have the question from Bats. Possibility of secret or prismatic rare holos instead of just regular holos?
Like I said, I am working on that. I have already talked to the printing facility, and they had to contact their laser facility that does the holographic effects. So once they get back to, or their customer gets back to them, I'll have answers there. But for now, it is one holo type. But I will be able to also do the 3D printing on it, or the UV printing, which adds textures to the holographic cards.
How my question is, how do you process like the UV thing? Like a coating or something?
It's a code, yeah. So a lot of other TCGs like Force of Will or even Pokemon or those are the only ones on top of my head right there. If you
Mm-hmm.
feel the cards, like some of them have the raised texture, that's what the UV is. It's just like a really thin layer of material printed on the cards.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So we have a question from KMAB in the this is Discord. Okay. It says here, will all next prints be non-first edition?
Yeah, I am gonna stay away from the first edition thing. I'm not gonna be doing like formal first editions. None of my cards are ever gonna say first edition. Now this Kickstarter set does lack the shadow for the image box and the Kickstarter thing, so they're different. Once the second set comes out, which is going to be similar to this one, it's not quite a reprint, but it's along the lines.
Mm-hmm.
You'll see some differences in the cards, but going forward in the future, um, what the plan is every set that comes out is not going to say first edition. It's just going to be a set of cards. But if it's popular enough and we can't find them and people are scalping them too bad,
Yep.
a reprint can be done if necessary. Not, I don't want to do it all the time, but if it's necessary, it can be done. But reprinted cards will say on the bottom near the set number, it'll say second print or reprint or something
Yep.
like that, so that that helps collector value out, so they know they got first cards, second cards.
Yeah.
But I don't want to print everything with first edition.
Okay. And we have some a question from Sardines in Google Forms. It says here, what is your marketing strategy to promote Polywog post Kickstarter? We saw a lot of Kickstarters TCGs go to cons using IG, Poke, influencers, and in one case, Jason Page. What does Polywog plan to do to get its name out? And what are the plans to separate and hopefully blow the competition out of the water?
Well, right now, like I said, plans are still in early development for things like that, but I'm going to try to reach out to some bigger influencers and try to get this product out there to get like on the really big YouTube channels and things like that, which uh, following the success of Kickstarter, I don't think that's going to be too difficult. I should be able to show them that, be like, hey, I got 1,300% funding. You guys want to take a box for free and open these up and show them off? Should be pretty easy to do. But like I said, along the lines of that, the comic book is going to be worked on. Once I get that promoted and everything, I should be able to get some ads put out. And I think it's still early in development, like I said, but
Mm-hmm.
it shouldn't be too hard to get it out there.
Yep. Okay. So we have a question from the Google Forms, John Greaves. Can you describe the intended playmat gaming layout and will, if not asked already, we be able to order anything else before print orders get locked in for the KS run?
Okay, so the first part of that question was talk about the layout, correct?
Yes.
I think we showed that in a previous video how the game's laid out. So essentially, how it works is you've got your deck, your discard pile, and then there's also a secondary discard pile called the Forgotten Zone. Once things go there, they're removed from the game completely. You can't use them again. But when you play your Polywogs down, you lay them in a row on your table. There's not one active at a time. It can be up to 4, or if you have special cards in play, more or less. And then they can
Mm-hmm.
all attack in any order at the end of your turn, or whenever you attack, it ends your turn. And I don't know how to really. It's hard
All
to
right.
do it without an image. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
correct, correct. Yeah. So they're working on it.
Oh, and
So,
the second part of that, the how long can you purchase things on the pledge box? I'm gonna right now the plan is to close them down at the end of November. So you still got a little over a month to decide if you want to get more stuff or have a little fun to
uh-huh.
get extra. But I
Nice.
think at the end of November we're gonna stop orders. That way I have enough time to put in my exact orders for the printing facility.
All right. Okay. So we have a question here. Um, someone created, I think it's a meme, meme username. Ben's mother. So, just for disclosure, guys, I don't have any parents anymore. I was orphaned at 6, so it's not gonna be my mother here. So he questioned like, can you please remind Ben to sit up straight and finish his vegetables?
You hear that,
This is
Ben?
funny.
Finish your vegetables.
Yeah. Okay,
That's a
so
good one.
yeah, a good one. All right, so we have from the YouTube channel comments from Dr. Caviar. Have you pitched to a larger company like Hasbro now that you have a larger backing? Same question for LGS. I understand that it's still early, but I feel like the earlier you reach out, the better.
I have not reached out to a large company simply because I want to make sure the game stays what it is, and I make sure it follows my path and where I want to go with this game. Because if you go to a big company, they're going to take over and they're going to just change it however they want to make sure markets easily or the targets a specific demographic, and it's going to become something I don't want it to be. Um, as for the second part of that, the LGSs,
Mm-hmm.
I have not personally contacted any, but I have been contacted by many stores already asking for my product all over the world. I've had requests
Nice.
from the UK, Australia, a couple other locations, Canada. So
Wow.
it's going to be out there. It's not going to be too hard for me to spread it. I've already got a ton of people interested.
Nice. That's exciting, man. Um, we have another question. Colucci, how long will the survey be available to keep adding, making changes to your pledge? I guess you answered that already.
Yep, in
November end,
November.
right?
Yes.
Yeah. And question from Metafondo. How long do we have to adjust our pledge box?
Same thing. In November should be.
Yeah, you can adjust any any values there as long as
Yeah.
it's within
And the
the.
way and to answer another question I got off of here earlier, Pledge Box does charge you immediately. It's not like Kickstarter. It doesn't wait until a later time. If you want to add something on Pledge Box, it's going to charge you immediately at checkout.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's good info. And then we have a question from Masters Slayer. Will there be any god cards? Like a sequence of cards that if you get all in one hand, you will instantly win, or maybe have a card that if you roll at a certain coin side or dice number, you win. But the card will be difficult to have due to the rarity and effect in it have. So it's a very strong card.
Along not anything just like that. There is a card going to be coming up. It's called Battle Ready. The name is being worked on. The name might change because I'm not sure if I really care for the name. But anyway, that card is limited to one per deck. And what happens when you pull that card? It can only be played if you pull it directly from the top of the deck. If it's in your hand, you can't play it. It's got to be drawn. And
Mm,
what you do is you open it, you search your deck for any one Polywog, any one battle pad, and any one mutation. And you can put it down free of play. So it's a very, very powerful card. You could, if you pull that thing first turn, you could set up like a stage 3 monster for free with a strong mutation and a strong pad. So,
uh-huh.
but it's limited to one per deck. So So there are some strong cards coming, but
All right.
nothing along the lines of an easy guaranteed win.
Okay. So I have a question though. Do you plan to have like a manual, printed manual
Yes,
for
there
this
will
one?
be one. I have a rule set made up, but just reading it kind of you can get the basis, but there's some things that are implied, but they need illustrations to point out areas of the card. So that's going to be worked on. There is a manual plan. It will be included with the decks and things like that.
Okay. And we have a question from Toastman. He said, although the name is Polywog, you plan or layer sets including lore or different other species like insects, mammals, fish, and others. Would their design be akin to the name of the game or branch out?
No, so there are going to be lots of different things. The name Polywog is creating like a basis for these things, why they're called Polywogs. So if I would have called these creatures Polywogs and we would have started off with mammals and birds, people would have been like, I don't understand what's going on. So we
Mm-hmm.
started with Polywog and the origin set to help evolve this game and
Mm-hmm.
why they're starting out as Polywog or tadpoles
Yep.
is to show where they're coming from and how they're evolving. But insects, mammals, birds, reptiles, it's all coming in future sets.
All right. So we start from the smallest.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So the last question here we have from Milzy. Do you plan on having a topper or any unique selling point for the booster boxes? The topper we have already answered that, right?
Yep, we
But the
discussed that
unique
earlier.
selling points, do we have one?
I would just say that the best selling point for a booster box is you get a lot of packs and it's usually a cheaper cost. So and your pull rates are higher. So if you buy a full booster box of 36 packs, you have a pretty good rate or chance at pulling one of the elemental rares or things like that. But as for guaranteed pulls in a box, that's not guaranteed yet. I'm still working on logistics with the printing company. They should be able to do that for me. They said they should be able to, but we got to see how big my order is, which is now huge. So they should have no problem giving me exactly what I want with that. So I'm going to try to guarantee pulls per box.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So we have a question from, I'm done with the Google Forms. We have some question on the YouTube channel, and it's from HTU1234. And he said, when will the general game be released? How soon after will it be released after backers get their cards?
Okay, so the first public set is going to be probably at least a month or two. So the backers will have Kickstarter backers will have their cards way before anybody else.
Okay.
Um, and the first public set is going to be, it's not going to be a direct reprint. The set list is going to change. So the Kickstarter set, say there's 100, and say it ends up with 103 cards.
Mm-hmm.
For the first public release, all of the full art cards that match up with the matching artwork, they're going to be removed because those were a Kickstarter exclusive set. So those are not going to be in the public set, as well as a couple other things. And then, like I said, the differences in the cards will be there. But that should be a few months afterwards, just to make sure the Kickstarters have their cards early enough before the public set.
Okay. So
Hope I answered that.
yep, some of the TCGs they have like this is my question. Of the TCGs have their theme. Like for the MTG, every time they have like the November, they release some kind of Halloween themed artwork, right? And Medizu,
Yes.
yeah. So, do you plan to have this kind like for Polywogs, like this kind of themes in every Christmas, every
Yeah, like some
occasions?
promos, special promos.
Yep.
Yep, I do plan on doing some stuff like that. I mean, it's early right now,
Mm-hmm.
but next year comes around, I do hope to plan or hope to do some like special release cards or special release promos, things like that for the holidays. I mean, I was hoping to get some stuff out this year, but it just didn't quite work out. But next year we will have some special things come out for holidays.
All right. Yeah. And we have a question from Jose Rosas from YouTube. Will early Polywogs be able to battle later expansions?
Yes. So the cards should all work together for a long time. Now, eventually, we might do some rotations and rotate out a set from play, but I don't plan on doing that for a while. Everything should work together for a good long while.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And I guess this is the last question now from HTU1234. And he said, will the playmat be Kickstarter exclusive?
The Playmats. Um, I haven't been asked that yet. I think what we're going to do with the playmat, the design for the Kickstarters is that, I mean, I can't, anybody can print a playmat, but the image from that I am sending out for that shouldn't be printed again from me. I'll do something different for future sales.
Uh-huh.
So, so I guess yes, it's going to be exclusive to Kickstarter.
So there will be like a Kickstarter logo or something.
Yeah, Kickstarter is
So,
going to be on. It's going to say that for sure. But
mm-hmm.
as for the overall design, like the artwork behind the cards, that might not be printed again either. Just so it's 100% exclusive.
Okay. So this is the last one. Scott Markworth on YouTube. Do placements on whatnot fall into the influencer strategy discussion?
The placements on whatnot
The
fall into
whatnot is an
the selling app.
a platform, yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's the bidding platform.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Um, that would honestly depend on if it even gets how quickly it gets on there because you can't just list anything on whatnot. It's got to be approved, I believe. So if they start accepting Polywog and stuff, once influencers and stuff are selling things on there, it will help grow the game, the audience, I believe. But as far as me looking at their sales and things, I'm not really worried about how much people are selling things
Mm-hmm.
for. I don't really want to watch the market too much. I just want to make sure I get the game out there and
Yeah.
um I'm going to try and keep people from scalping, first-hand scalping anyway. I can't stop second-hand scalping, but first-hand scalping I'm going to try and do a couple of things with. So that maybe falls into the whatnot category, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So and you have raffled for like the first few cards, right? That you've
Yes,
created,
I've actually got
like
these things
14
right here.
pieces.
This is the first ever Polywog ever printed.
There you go.
But so
Nice.
uh,
I
there
like that
was
art, you know. That's cute.
that art was going to be redesigned for a card, but that art will be on a card, but slightly different.
Yeah,
So to answer the question
yeah,
here, how many
from
were
Tyler.
made?
Tyler Jensen. Yeah. How many of the green test cards exist?
Should be 17. I'm giving
Wow.
14 of them away, and I kept 3 for myself.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So they're very, very limited.
Okay. Nice. That's congratulations to those who won on the draw. All right. So I guess everything was answered for today. And are you planning this kind of meeting every week or twice a week
Yeah, we can do
or
these. We can
once a
probably do
month?
these once a week. Once a week sounds
Once a
good
week?
for me.
Okay.
That way we can give everybody a little updates so we know where everything's at. And hopefully next week I've got some more to show off, new artworks and things.
Nice. Nice. Nice.
But like I said, we're still waiting on funding to come in to get everything really rolling.
Uh-huh.
Hopefully that's coming soon.
Okay. So I guess everything was oh, I have a question by the way. Do you are you going to have like a team of playtesters and how to
I
join it?
I did have somebody, I'm not sure exactly who on Discord here. He is I don't want to call names out. I have it
Yeah.
here, but I don't want to call names out right now. But yes, I am working with someone. I'm gonna get them some test cards once I do the first printing. So what I'm doing for the test cards and for balancing is I am going to be using a secondary printing company here in the US, and I'm going to be doing some very cheaply made quick prints. They're not going to be anything special. And they're just going to be sent out to some people for play testing and balancing purposes. So they're going to test those out, and I'm going to have some
Yep.
for myself to take to my local store and have them test and me test as well. That way, everything gets balanced, and some people in the community get some as well to early test the game and make sure everything's working properly.
Can someone just join the playtesters?
Um, Probably. I don't want to get too crazy there and say
Uh-huh.
yes because then I'm going to be getting like 700 messages and people will be like, "Hey, you said we could join." So it's going to be limited, but some people are going to be allowed in. Yes.
Okay. And this is my last question. I will get last question because we are limited to 30 minutes and we can go a bit of extend a bit. But the question is from KMAB, will you have more giveaways for us OGs?
There will be some here in the future. I don't want to promise anything just yet because I don't have anything directly to give away. But like I said, once the first test prints and stuff come in, not the 10 packs, once those come in, which I'm still waiting on because they messed them up and had to restart them. I don't know what's
Mm-hmm.
going on there. But after that, once I get some other things in, I will do some more giveaways just for the original Kickstarter backers, and I'll exclude anybody that won the previous cards. That way, new people can win.
Okay. All right. I guess everything was covered for now. We can do this next time, next week. And thank you so much, Kevin, for the time. And also for our viewers, subscribers, my patrons as well. You can see them here
Oh, that's
down.
okay. I see him down there.
Yeah. And thank you so much for answering our all our questions here. Then, if you want to have like a watch the replay, yes, I can post it on my channel. And please subscribe if you want to do to know more about Polywogs, and you can join the Discord. It's easy. Just go to Discord and type in Polywog, okay, and then join, okay.
Oh,
And
we got one more question here I want to
oh,
answer because
all right.
he asked on Discord a couple of times. We kind of skipped over him there. He
Hmm.
says the Shogunates. I assume the Kickstarter comic is just one issue, but anyway, depending. Sorry, my mic's in the way. Depending on the probability demand, more comics would consider making more. Yes, I do plan on making more, not just one comic. The one will get out there first, and then we'll see from there. But I do plan on more because I do want to explain the world and the lore and everything. So yes, Shogunate, you can probably expect some more in the future.
All right. Okay. So, guys, thank you so much for watching and giving us your time for this live video. Okay. So, please don't forget to subscribe and follow Polywog, and you can join us in our community. Okay, so for any questions after this, you can post your questions on the Discord channel. All right, thank you so much, and see you on the next video. Bye bye.
See you, everybody.